This right here?
Yes.
It was a pretty penny, but it pays for itself over and over again every time I get it, that's for sure. But yeah, it was pretty penny. But this is like my work vehicle.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, so there you got the chickens out.
Yeah, my chickens are going to be down there, and we'll go down there in just a second too. In here, you can see where the rows are and how we're stationing the mulberries and then the figs in between. Eventually, all these lines right there, those columns, will all be connected.
Oh.
So it's
like grocery rows.
Yes, it's like grocery rows, and it's perfectly situated to where each chicken tractor can fit two of them side by side right next to it. So they can come up it, slide over, and go down. And then as we get down further, I'll show you what we are in the process of. But there will be a minimum of at least 20 different varieties of mulberries, 20 different varieties of figs. What's going to be cool about that is people can come out here, taste which mulberry they like the best, or taste which fig they like the best, and then they can purchase the plant if they want. Mulberries, you know, a lot of people don't like to grow mulberries at all because it stains up their sidewalks, stains up their houses, but yet they like the jellies, they like the things that they can do with the fruit. So they can literally come out here and pick it and buy by the pound as well. Okay. So that's the plan. Yeah. Over here is our annual garden, and that's the contorted mulberry in the center of that. Oh yeah. And then my wife's annual garden right through here, we run our egg layers around that. So that's actually fertilizing and it's seeping into the soil for our annual garden. So it's not right on top of them to where it's going to burn them. So annuals are a little bit more sensitive when it comes to chicken manure, whereas the perennials, you can drop it right on top of it, and it's just fine. Yeah, absolutely. We have had some deer pressure here in the last couple of days. This is a Florida Prince peach right there, and we've also got like cassava that's coming back up, which usually comes up, you know, mid to late spring, and we do eat a lot of cassava.
And you just let the dog fiddle run?
Yes, I do. If it gets in my way, I pull it out. But other than that,
when it's dry, it's really good fire material.
Yeah, right.
It's good for mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's good for that too. Other than that, it's a good biomass. Yeah. We have lots of cassava in here planted, and we harvest those and cycle them through. As we harvest, we'll plant new ones in the ground. So those are between a year to 2 year cycle. So then on this side we have some white mulberries, and we also have some of the cassias that come up, and those will be in bloom when the bees need them the most. So that's going to be nice because they go crazy over that candlestick cassia.
I've read about white mulberries, never seen one.
Yeah, these are, I've got, actually, there's 3 right there. This is another one. Honestly, you know, they're okay. I mean, everybody has their own preference on things. To me, they're a little bland. I am looking for some sweeter varieties of white mulberries, and that would be nice.
We got a chicken following us.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. But this over here, where I have the chickens right now, they're coming through. That is our passion fruit trellis. That's a 100-foot long trellis. Oh, wow. And we're going to be adding 3 more of those to the mix. So they are shaded basically during the summer when we're going through here. Oh, wow. So we'll actually be able to run our pasture chicken during the summer, which normally we take a break during the summer. Yeah. Because it's just too hot. The vitality rate is just too high.
That's good.
So.
And you'll get fruit.
And we'll get the fruit.
And a biomass.
The passion fruit right now is going for, I think it's like $35 to $38 a pound.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
wow.
It's actually a really good cash crop.
Where do you sell that?
I would sell it either at the produce or produce stands. I do know people that are in the produce industry that would be willing to buy them, but you could also juice them, sell it in gallons, that juice as a concentrate, and you can even freeze it. That'll help it last a lot longer. Oh, yeah. our property does go back another 5 acres, but 3 acres of that is a pond. There's not much back there right now. I can take you back there though. I mean, do a quick trip.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to be putting the bulk of our bamboo and our gingers and our turmerics. Yeah, this might get you in the face a little.
And the buckets and the trees are for the bees?
Yes, sir. Those are our swarm traps, and I put lure in them. That's made up of lemongrass, wintergreen oil, tea tree oil, and it really attracts them when they are swarming.
Yeah.
It's much easier to pour them out of those buckets and into a box.
Yeah.
Versus trying to scrape them off the side of a tree.
Oh, okay.
Or try to go 30, 40 feet in the air to get it off.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, and it's been effective about 75% of the time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How many have you got?
I've gotten quite a few this year and last year off of those.
Really?
I would say around 5, 6 out of the ones that we've had swarming.
Do you keep them or do you sell them?
I usually keep them and then regreen them and then just take and sell them out at that point.
Yeah.
Now this area right here, this is where we're going to be putting the bulk of our gingers and our turmeric. We haven't started it just yet. We kind of outlined it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, I mean, that, and the pond is just beyond that.
Oh, okay. That's a beautiful property.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
a little more than a scrubland.
It's working. Yeah, there's a lot of different ecosystems out here that we're working with, and that's actually really been nice because we get to experience a lot of different areas.
Yeah. And you got water available if you need it.
Yeah, there's water in the pond, and we also have an overflow that comes in from my neighbor's pond that comes through this swale right here.
Oh, look at this.
And I'm going to be digging this out a little bit more, and then I'll probably cut down a few of these trees, but adding a lot more bananas in this area. But I'll take and pretty much make little areas to where we can branch off that water that's coming through during the summer, and so it'll feed everything.
Good.
So that'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And the property line goes about another 100 yards that way, but it's just very dense. I'll probably be putting in some sugar cane back there because of how wet it is.
Oh.
So, and then up here will be the banana area, and then gingers coming back through. And then I'll be blocking the neighbors a little bit with some bamboo and some of the taller gingers.
This definitely isn't soft country.
No.
What's that?
This definitely isn't soft country.
No.
It's wild and there's lots of...
Oh yeah.
This is your, which zone is it? Zone 5?
I would say this is a zone 5 for us.
Zone 5.
We'll be putting some stuff out here that's purely for the wildlife.
They're really like a 4 and a half.
What's that now?
Like a 4 and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine. I mean, not every property has a 5.
No. I mean, that's quite okay. Work with what you got.
Yeah.
And you can make an abundance out of all of that. Because there is no irrigation back here, we would be solely dependent upon the pond to feed that.
And the swale and
exactly.
Yeah.
And because I'm really not interested in running any pipe out this way.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's going to be introducing us to working with bamboo more and trying to use that for like an irrigation.
Oh, a bamboo pipe.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun trying to learn some new things.
Sort of like on Gilligan's Island.
Exactly right. Exactly. It's a good analogy. But we'll be planting more along the trellis line as well. I'm going to be putting a lot more comfreys in there because the reason I have the pasture curving containers, by the way, is I put those in there because over time it's going to be too much nitrogen in the soil for that particular variety of pasture.
Oh, you don't want them to be permanent there.
Well, the reason I say that is because of too much nitrogen with them, you're going to get all leaf. And you won't get any flowers. You don't get any flowers, you're not going to get any fruit. So I put them in containers so I can control that, because I do want, and I do use the fertilizer right now that they're creating for them to create that new growth. But at a certain time, I'm going to be doing nothing but the comfrey because that's a very high in potassium, which will push that into flowering and fruiting.
Oh, I see.
So we'll be able to control it a lot better.
Looks like a little bee.
A little bee?
Didn't step on it, did you?
No, but it looks like a yellow fly actually.
Okay, then if the yellow fly, get it.
Now I'm impressed by your ant traps on your bee. We have very small ant traps like that kind of look like that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
These work very well when they are properly maintained.
Yeah.
They work like a moat.
Yeah.
And at one time I just had the totes on the bottom, but what I was having is a lot of bees falling in there and dying.
Yeah.
And if I put anything in there to grow, well, that became the bridge for the ants. So that didn't make any sense to do that.
Yeah.
So I put those totes upside down on top of there, and that has helped out tremendously with keeping them from falling in.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then beyond that bamboo right there, we have some soap berries. I have another hive in there. We have figs, mulberries, Simpson stoppers, Yopon hollies. That's our tea right there. So, like I said, more mulberries. I'm a mulberry nut. I'm okay with it.
It's a great fruit. I never had it until like 2 years ago, and then I was like, oh my, where's this been all my life?
Is that right?
Yeah.
We're kind of rehabbing this old gun range.
I like the
that we
flowers.
made. Yeah, those are like a king's mantle. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll back up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Cheryl would like those too. She likes purple, but the bumbles go crazy over
Do
there.
they like that? Yeah.
What's funny about that is you get to sit here and watch them go nuts, but you just see their butts digging in there. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it goes crazy. It takes care of itself. I don't do anything with that at all.
Yeah. I see some dewberries up in there.
Yep, we got the blackberries and dewberries, and then we have some like the pokeweeds, and I've got turmerics in there and gingers. A colomandan right there. Persimmons, beautyberries, milkweed, cassava on the other side. I think we have one of those falsa berries over there, and some more citrus. And that's just in this area right here.
Cool.
If we go down the line here, I'll show you. This is what's sticking out now. This area right here, we put in about 8-9 years ago, and this was our first food forest. And I packed it in very, very densely. You know, made the same mistake everybody does, putting everything a little bit too close. But that's okay because it was a learning experience for us.
Yep. And if they're growing,
have our chop and drop in there, but the blackberries are starting to take over again. I really have to get in there and do something with those, just because that's where we planted a lot of our turmeric, and that's not going to be fun for my wife to try to get in there.
yeah, with the blackberry brambles.
But for the low quads have done really well. We've got 2 peach trees in there, the elderberries that are growing out, and it's thriving on its own. And I don't irrigate it. I don't do anything but maybe get in it once a year.
Yep.
And just chop and drop basically.
What are these little fruits? That apple?
Those are peaches.
Oh, those are peaches. Okay.
Yep, those are peaches right there.
Tiny little peaches.
Yep. Those were grown from seed, and they are sweet little peaches.
Huh.
Some autumn olive, we have some pines.
Yeah, we're
pomegranates.
going to encourage our autumn olive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have some goomy berries in there. We have some more blackberries right here on the fence line.
I like those. The size of those blackberries.
Those are
Golly.
Wichita's. Those are Wichita blackberries.
Big.
Those are really good.
Get one of those.
Certainly. How about it?
How do I get out of this thing?
On the other side, you have to. There you go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to.
Jeff, do you want a blackberry? No? All right. That's calling my name. Look at the size of that thing. It's big as my thumb.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
How is it?
A little tart, but
A little tart?
yeah, but still good.
Tart is usually refreshing. You know.
Nice porch. Kitty cat.
I built that one. That's actually, I've got the papaya over there too that I was telling you about that we wrap every year.
Oh.
And it's starting to come back, and it will get 15 foot tall and produce about 60 fruit this year. So, and I let the staghorn Yeah, that's to me it's very important for the bees. You know, when
Yeah.
you're having bees because they need it when those are blooming. We have some arrowroot in there.
I see that now.
Some pears. We have some mulberries over here, and this is the new area we put it in January with the bananas.
Oh,
And so
Wow.
a lot of bananas.
as we get more varieties, we're going to be taking and cutting out more of the area around our pond over there.
Cool.
So it will be along the edge, so we'll have quite a few different varieties. But as the pups grow out, we can take and just cut those out, and we can, you know, offer them to sell at that point, or take and replace any bananas that are fruiting that year. We have these are Coca-Cola back here. The Coca-Cola bananas from flowering to harvest is only 6 weeks, and they have an orange flesh to the banana. Very, very sweet. So I'm anxious to see if that is true to what I'm being told. I've tasted them before; they are good, but I am more curious about it being 6 weeks from flowering to fruiting.
Yeah.
Then we have some Manzanos. These are the apple-like bananas, and there's 2 rows of those. And then down front is, and we also interplant sweet potatoes in here.
Oh.
But the deer have come through, so you really can't see them.
Yeah,
now. You can see the stem.
I can see a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had purples and the whites and some of the golds, and the deer win every time.
Wow.
And then we put some comfrey down here. They must be having some internal issues because they chopped that back pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And these are all the dwarf namois, and those are that is the true ice cream banana.
Oh, okay.
And we took all the brush. I basically came through here with a machete and a chainsaw to cut this all back and cut it down through the pond. So I took all the scraps though, and I put it down there for future beds. So we'll be able to, you know, all that dies down, all that fertility is going back into the soil, and we can utilize that.
Good.
So, and we'll just plant right on top of it. And then, like I said, as we get new varieties, we'll be cutting through. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. But it's been a lot of work. There's a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
But man, it's going to be so rewarding.
Yeah, it already is. It's beautiful.
This is fun.
I was hoping I'd have someone. I already checked this morning some Rachel Goodman mulberries that I could share, but they're completely done for the year. So I actually got to get in there and see those bees bearding up.
Yeah.
They're just hot.
Oh, they're hot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason they're doing it.
Oh, because it's not that hot of a day for.
Not today, but it's been overall for the week. It's been pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
The heat's been nuts.
Huh.
But,
We lost both of our hives. They just left.
really?
Yeah. There were a few. No, there wasn't anything left in the hive. They just all split.
How long ago was that?
Last year, like September time frame or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, first one went about July, I think, and then the second one later on in the year.
Is that right?
They just left. I'll try again. Not this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah. What causes that?
It could be an abundance of varroa in there. They got some kind of a pressure, or they could have been swarming and swarmed to the point of them just nothing left. To be able to do.
I missed out on checking them for a month, and then they were gone. Both.
It don't take much, honestly. If they get those in there, they could be gone in a very quick.
They must have been, because I didn't see any real pests in there. I saw a few. I started to see a few beetles toward the end, but it wasn't like everywhere. They were.
Is
just,
that right?
Yeah, there's a few beetles.
That was our old tree house. Is that what you were asking about?
No, there's a kitty over there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Kitty cat.
Yeah.
How many tree houses do you have? It looks like I've seen like 5.
No, that's the only tree house we have.
Probably has structure.
And it's falling apart, and we're going to try to rehab that here pretty soon. Made a lot of mistakes, but we learned a lot with it though too. unseen. My dad said, "Hey,
really?
there's a property over here for sale." I said, "Does it look good?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." We'll call the bank, and we took care of it that quickly.
Yeah.
And then we came up here and started. We literally had 2 40-yard dumpsters that we filled up that was just garbage of stuff that they left behind, and you know, they scrapped things and left plugs, and it was just a mess. They had a school bus on here that was just full of junk. So we ended up getting that removed. There was an old trailer back here. Now the old trailer, I was like, you know, it was an eyesore, absolute eyesore. So I was like, I can't have a nursery in here. And I said, but I do need a table. So
So you turned the trailer into
leveled it, and I used the tin for other things, and I still have some set aside. All the lumber I'm making biochar out of.
Cool.
And put down the pressure treated plywood that was already on there as a floor. I put it right back down on it, removed everything like it just got it down to frame.
Yeah.
And then just made one large table out of it.
There you go.
And
Oh, that's what that giant brown thing.
that
Yeah, it's a big
doubles
table.
as a greenhouse and a shade house during the summer for us propagating. So
You put the pipes over it and it
yes,
shades it.
Yep.
That's pretty clever.
And those pipes fill up. Those actually will irrigate it as well.
Huh.
So they run through there. And my thought was that it would probably help with even during the winter. Keeping that flowing through there would actually create a heat. I don't know if that works or not, but you know, it's fun to try it out, and it seemed to work just fine. Yeah, it's
I had the thought of using PVC like that in an A-frame to make a chicken tractor.
Is that right?
You know, so you could put water in it to keep it weighed down, and put the waterers on the outside of the PVC, so it's a dual purpose. And what do you think of that? Would that work, or do you think that'd be a problem?
I don't. Depends on how big of a pipe that you use.
Yeah.
For the bottom frame, I went through now when lumber was a lot cheaper, and I made a bottom frame, and you're more than welcome to go out and take a look at them too. But I did use the PVC for the top. Okay. But I made like a bottom frame that came up 2 foot all the way around.
Yeah.
And then created my door, and then I took that PVC pipe, and it only took 1 pack of the 10 PVC pipes to do 1 chicken tractor. So I brought it over there, did the hoop, and then I just simply put a tarp over the top of that, and I put the mesh down at the bottom, like a chicken wire or a hardware cloth around the bottom, and then did the door, and then the side, or the front and the back I did chicken wire, but the sides and up top, that's purely tarp, and I've never had a predator get in those. So it's worked out pretty good. The bottom being made out of wood has been heavy enough to keep the wind from blowing it around, and they are on wheels too, so it's very easy to pull around. For every 8 to 10 foot a day.
And I'm hoping to at some point make a self-moving tractor with motors and
that'd be really cool,
solar power and everything like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have to move really slowly for them not to get caught underneath it. But that'd be potential there. That'd be really cool, actually, because they're just getting kind of scooted along throughout the day. Yeah, I like that idea.
Would put one of those invisible fence invisible fence, a wire in through the ground. That'd be the path it would take.
Gotcha.
And just move it if you want to. Yeah.
That's pretty. That's pretty smart.
I'm working on it.
That's good. That might make a lot of money though.
Yeah, I think so.
What's with the 2 shipping containers?
That is our processing room on one side, and then dry storage on the other.
Ooh.
All right.
And that's where we do all our honey spinning and our chicken processing.
That must have been a pretty penny.
Not so much a pretty penny. Overall, it was kind of cheap.
Really? For 2 shipping containers?
Yeah, they're only about $2,000-3,000 a piece.
Exactly. And then everything else was.
Well, to a child who doesn't have a job yet, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he knows the value. I can hear it. He knows the value.
Yeah, he does.
That's a beautiful thing. But this was just, it really didn't take all that much time to do. It was more so insulating it correctly,
Oh yeah.
And it's a mess right now, but I did
Cool.
all the wiring
Wow.
myself. I did all the
Nice.
insulating, and we put in the plumbing, and it's working out really,
Yeah.
really well.
This is your processing room.
Yes.
It doesn't smell like a chicken.
No, we
processing
go
room.
through and clean
Keep
it
it
out
real
every
clean.
single time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How big is this thing? There's 2 doors.
Well, that's a dry storage in the back there too,
Okay.
and I do have some hives and honey stuff back there.
Live hives?
No.
Okay.
Hives for storage.
Just dry storage for a while.
Okay.
But it's it works out well. I have the spinner out back and the scalder out back because we're about to go through another batch this coming week. So just left it all out there, and then we bring them back in, clean them up, and for safe storage.
Do you have the
Couple freezers.
Couple freezers,
and,
yeah.
Ice machine. I got another freezer down there, and then our honey spinner.
Oh yeah.
Honey spinner?
Hunter spinner, yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh.
just take the frames, put them
Yeah.
in there, and it spins them out, and then you have a perfect frame to put back in. They can immediately start filling
Yeah.
back up. Otherwise, you have to destroy the comb, and that's all that work that they have to
All
do
that
all
work,
over
yeah.
again. So it kind of costs you time.
We got the it's a knockoff of the flow hive. You know, you just turn the thing and
Okay.
never got a chance to use it though.
Is that right? Is it working pretty well?
Still
Or
never
you
got a
said
chance to
didn't
use
work,
it, yeah.
That's right.
So because they vacated before we could even find out
Gotcha.
how well it works. But the reviews look like they're good. You know,
Awesome.
It was a knockoff, like a Chinese imitation. You know,
I'd be curious to hear how you would have liked that, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially like a flow hive system.
because it just comes out ready to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm curious about the how do you work with it? How do you know when it's completely capped? You know, because when it's completely capped is when you can start drawing that honey. Because the bees will cap it at 18% humidity. It's like they have it down to a perfect science themselves. It's like, all right, it's down to 18%. Let's cap this one. But what you end up with, sometimes it might be 25% full. It might be 75% uncapped. How do you know? I mean, are you going through and checking it? Because otherwise, it could ferment.
Oh, we got the classic supers as well that came with the hive. So
Okay.
if that doesn't work, you can always backfill one. Yeah.
Again, it might be a way around it, or a really quick way of seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of what that was. But
Cool.
yeah, and let me tell you, this was the most expensive piece, and it is the most crucial because we go through 300 to 400 pounds of ice doing one batch of 100 chickens.
Golly.
Yeah.
Golly. Is trashing.
Yeah.
What's in the other one?
The other one's just dry storage. We just it's just dry storage right now.
Just junk.
I actually plan on making.
Just junk. Junk.
Shannon wants it to be in the office, and so I'll probably, because it's got the door and it's got the window and that, so I'll probably in the front of it do like a small little office for us, and we can do financial exchanges in there as well.
This is so neat.
Like that rain is going to be coming in.
Yeah.
Good.
We need it.
Hot.
You're right. You are
It is
100%
hot.
right. We need it.
We can only do one project a day because of the heat.
Yeah, it wipes
But
you out.
we're getting one project done. You know.
That's right.
We're making slow progress, but we're making progress. You know.
That's right.
I'm hoping to get
We're lapping everybody on the couch.
Right? Very good.
I want everything to be done before the middle of summer. That's the hottest.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, all the
we're
major
just
things.
preheating right now.
Yeah. Well, when it's summertime, then you do your work first thing in the morning, and then you don't have to get
Even if
beat
you
down.
do it, we've done it first thing in the morning. It is
It
hot
helps.
even
It helps. Yeah, I get it.
I'm usually sweating by 8, 9 o'clock. That's for sure. But, by all means,
Yeah.
we need to get you those plants.
Yeah, we
too.
do.
I know you're on a time frame today.
I am now getting bumping up against that.
I'm not sure what time it is.
What time is it?
11:22. So
Okay. Look at this guy.
you're doing okay, right?
Wow.
Yep, that's a Scarlet Beauty Plum.
Oh, okay.
Dave here?
Dave is, I don't know what he's doing right now. I've been out here all morning, so.
Last time I saw him last Friday, he wanted to see the the thingy on the game he gave me. He wanted to see what I've been doing.
Now, what is this right here?
This is Bambusa vulgaris Wayman is the variety. Gorgeous plant. They also call it Buddha's belly.
Oh.
And but the only problem with this particular plant is that it can't handle under 28 degrees.
Oh.
So this is one that I keep in a container.
Yeah.
And we'll just baby it, you know, and bring it into the greenhouse and or cover it out here if it gets too big. But the rest of them, those are Buddha's bellies. Those are, we got Clonex, we've got the Kimmy, and that is a variegated variety. But all those handle down to 15 degrees.
Which is about, we rarely get that low.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That one's a safe one for our.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, it's everything's kind of a mess right now, but we're getting it cleaned up.
I think you didn't have to apologize. It looks great.
My biggest problem right now is the deer pressure. My dogs
Yeah.
haven't been doing their job,
Oh,
and so I got to figure out what's going on there and
come on, dogs.
see if they were paid off.
Well,
or
you're
not.
oh, well, like, you know, Jack Spirko likes to say, "Well, you're growing a deer garden."
Yes,
You know,
we
then
are.
you're gonna
We are growing a
you
deer
can
garden.
harvest deer for just a few pennies in seeds. So it's
That's
not.
it.
You look at it that way.
So, but yeah, that's
I love it.
that's what we got going on right now. Anyway,
Well, thanks for the tour.
thank you. I appreciate it, man.